1 second. Yeah, so 1 second. Yeah, so these rich elites, let's put it like this. They live on high. Some lived way above the world, that they looked down on the world. But they lived in the mountains. But some of them, some of these elites, Elohim, some of them lived not in space, but in high altitude homes, in kingdoms way above the earth. Some of them were considered the Watchers. Different groups of these people. Some lived amongst the earth, just very, very high up and away from civilization. Some of these Elohim, angels and God, lived even higher. What we would call today space stations like the ISS, where people live on these shits, live at the space station, right? Let me put some of these people live on the space station. Now, in our modern time, they doing it maybe a couple months to a year, maybe a couple years. I don't know how long, right? But I'm pretty sure it ain't for 20 years at a time, right? But they living up here. They got their homes are up here. They live here. Okay? So what am I saying? This theory we're gonna cover tomorrow. Damn, I fucking X'd out the wrong shit. The theory we're gonna cover tomorrow. Peace and love, everybody, man. Appreciate everybody coming through. Everybody send out them invites if you can, man. Grand rising, grand setting to the gods and to the goddesses, suns and to the moons. Send out them invites if y'all can. We're gonna be continuing the topic from yesterday. They ended the live stream early, so we're gonna replay it, catch back up to what was being said, and we're gonna actually continue this conversation. We're revisiting Genesis, the Genesis story from the Bible, and we're modernizing it. So, stay tuned. This is another classic live stream, y'all. Another classic. We gonna be uncovering some shit with this one. This one is pretty deep. It's pretty deep. We've been touching on this for a while over here. If you're new to the channel, we've been touching on this ancient technological concept. But what we do over here is we make it more connected to who we are instead of connecting it to aliens. All right, and ETs and UFOs. We start to recognize the power of the human mind and the human consciousness, which needs not an extraterrestrial being or some spiritual angel, interdimensional, cataclysmic creating. We don't need none of that. It could be a human, just with advanced technology. But the only way that would fit is if the history you was taught was incorrect, taught wrong, and maybe even taught wrong on purpose. So if y'all can, send out those invites. Let's get the show on the road, man. Let's go. Peace and love, man. Appreciate everybody coming through. Let's get it, y'all. We only got 3 people in the building. Hold on now. I seen all of these names come in here and there's only 3 people. Nah, that's crazy. Nah, that's some bullshit. What the fuck? Let's go, man. Where everybody at, man? Tell these people click the link, man. Tell them come on in. Tell them come on in, man. Let's go. Let's get these numbers up. Let's get the numbers up. I'm gonna send out some invites myself too. But let's keep it going, y'all. Let's keep it rolling.
Tomorrow is how the Elohim, right? How these elite, rich elites that live on high with powers and principalities on high, right? They lived in high altitude homes that were basically like space stations. That was above the earth. You can't reach it if you just a little human that's riding a horseback. But meanwhile, you on the earth, riding horseback, living in a village. You got motherfuckers that's on the earth who can do shit like talk to somebody from very far away. Get to places that's fast as hell when you taking days at a time to get somewhere. It take you 3 days to get to another little village. Meanwhile, somehow they just flying there, or whatever you would call it, fiery chariots. See what I'm saying? So we're going to be covering how this Adam and Eve story has actually been symbolically cloaked with some kind of divine, inspirational God and angels, so that you can just believe in this shit as a believer. And we're going to start looking at it deeply to say that these Elohim, these elites, these angels and gods that help build the beginning of humanity didn't start humanity at all. They started mankind. They started mankind. They came down from their places on high, and they came to the earth. Where the humans already was at. Think about what I'm telling you. Think about what I'm telling you. These beings, they came, and I'm saying beings, but these humans, they human. They came from their homes that was just high altitude. You can call it space. I don't necessarily agree with space. But if you want to say they in outer space, cool, I'll take that. But they on...
I know this nigga didn't just say the great Elon Musk. Tyrone, bro, you tripping right now. You're tripping, bro. Did you really just call this nigga the great Elon Musk? Nigga, aren't you a Christian, bro? Aren't you a Christian? How do you think you're gonna make it to heaven? Like, if you interpret the Bible, you need to explain your interpretation to Christians, because you're willing to give up your soul and your life that God gave you according to a Christian's understanding. You willing to give this to a man who's gonna put you in a computer and extract your consciousness with a computer chip. So-called enhance your human capabilities with his computer chip. He's basically saying God and nature did not do a good enough job. And me as a man, a scientist, an inventor, can do better than God. God only made you to where you can die. I can connect you to the computer and make you live forever. Do you think that's something God wanted a human man to do? Or do you think that's something God wanted to do? The Bible don't say there's going to be a man that will give immortal life. There's going to be a man that will extract your mind and put it into a new world. There will be a man who transforms the flesh of humans into the flesh of gods or something. That's like you're literally going against your Bible, bro. You're tripping right now, son. And you calling this nigga the great Elon Musk? The great Elon Musk? Bro, you're tripping. You tripping right now. Let's keep going, bro.
Shit like this, they on something that's like a ISS. See what I'm saying? They on something that's like the ISS, and humans are down on the earth. Now, how am I able to say this? We ain't gonna go too deep, but how am I able to say this? If you read Genesis, when it gets time for God to kick Cain out the garden, and he wanted to kick him out, what was Cain's response? Well, God, he said, God, anywhere I go, they gonna all want to kill me. If you got context clues, one of the questions you would ask is, nigga, who? Who is they? Ain't no fucking body on this planet except your mama and your goddamn daddy, and you just killed your fucking brother. Who the hell are they? You about to be the only nigga on this planet.
Tyrone. See, Tyrone, this is what's wrong with you. And this is what's wrong with Christians. Y'all lack intelligence, bro. I'm gonna just be real. Y'all lack a lot of intelligence and critical thinking. You came in my DM with a sermon from Jesse Lee Peterson talking about don't think. You shouldn't be thinking no thoughts because thinking is evil. And that the thoughts you have in your mind, they don't come from God. And that they evil. And now here you is talking about, oh God, why would God give him these ideas? He don't even believe in God. Don't you find that weird that he don't believe in God, therefore he's not trying to communicate with God, therefore God ain't giving him none of these ideas. But you know who he do show that he believe in? The Baphomet. You know what suit he did wear? A Baphomet demon on his chest. But he ain't wear no cross. He even spoke against Christianity on podcasts before. You are just a follower of famous people. And you're willing to allow man to drag your soul into the underworld because he giving you some promise of some pretty fancy technological advancement for your human problems. When God told you your body ain't even you, that the soul is going to be taken eventually up from that body. You are not a good Christian, bro. You're a follower. Tyrone, you are a follower, nigga. You just follow the masses, bro. You're a sheeple. You're a sheeple, bro. And you will allow this technological ruler dude, this technocracy dude, to usurp your consciousness and soul because he promised you living forever with a computer chip. And God ain't never made you bound to no computer chip. So you always lived forever. But you're going to allow the death of flesh to constitute your idea of what living forever is. And you're going to allow him to trick you to think you're going to even live in this flesh forever when that ain't possible. The flesh itself will get old. So eventually the flesh that he claiming is going to live forever won't actually be able to do that. You're going to have, if you actually study this process to live forever, they going to have to kill you, extract your consciousness and give you a whole new body that God did not make for you. In other words, you're going to be so disconnected from God by going through these processes that any smidget of worship you got not gonna go to the God that you claimed you worshiped. This is what's wrong with you, my brother. How are you a Christian wanting to be turned into a transhuman? What level of Christianity are you following? This is bad, sir. You need to go to church. You need to talk to your pastor and let's see what Jesse Lee Peterson say about Neuralink and transhumanism. You tripping right now, Tyrone. You need to go talk to your grandma or something, my nigga. Somebody that follows the same Christian Bible you follow, bro, you need to go talk to them. Why would you be giving up your soul and your mind, everything that your God, you love your God, right? Why would you give that up to some man to be in control of with a computer chip? Because, I mean, look, I understand the things that he's selling you on the idea. Some people may find a benefit in that. But he's not the right character because he's untrustworthy. You see the different companies he worked with. You see the different things he's said. You see that he implemented AI and said that it may even take over humanity and not have the interests of humans. In other words, a lot of these people are in bed with the eugenicists, the ones who don't like humans. Finding any kind of way to get rid of humans, alter humans. If they don't like humans, they're going to try to change you so you no longer be a human. Let's make you transhuman. As long as you're not just a human. As long as you're not the thing that God made you to be, then I'm fine with that. And that's what they're in bed with doing. And you willing to give yourself up for these people, though? That's crazy, Tyrone. You tripping right now. You need to check yourself, bro. Real talk. And I'm not no Christian, but nigga, that's not something to play with. You allowing these TV screens to use propaganda to sway you into some kind of entertainment or something. Like this not cool, bro. It ain't cool though. But I mean, hey, you got free will to do what you want to do, but you need to check yourself, my nigga. This ain't something a Christian, a traditional Christian would do. Real talk. Real talk. Go talk to your grandma. Go talk to your mama. Go talk to anybody in your family that go to church. I bet you they not going to agree with you, Tyrone. You're tripping right now. For real. Go talk to them niggas. Let's keep going.
Unless even Adam, Eve, Cain, and Abel, even they knew there was a your mama and your goddamn daddy, and you just killed your fucking brother. Who the hell are they? You about to be the only nigga on this planet. Unless even Adam, Eve, Cain, and Abel, even they knew there was other humans on this earth. What am I telling you? The Elohim. Because God in the Bible, the God that made Adam and Eve, name was not God at first. It was named Elohim. Meaning multiple beings, multiple gods. In other words, it was multiple niggas that was in this elite or divine position. Divine meaning amongst the clouds, amongst the stars. Fucking high altitude homes. If you live in the goddamn mountains, your house is in the clouds. Fucking literally. Literally. You get high enough, your house will be above a cloud. Literally. So this is what I'm telling you. Tomorrow we gonna cover this in depth. And we gonna go deeper into this. And we're going to replace this with the story and see how it fits. And what you'll realize is they came to the earth, right? They came to the earth. And it was big ass cities. Natives was living in big ass goddamn cities, nigga. And big monuments, all type of shit, just building all type of shit, right? And they came to the earth and abducted some humans, my nigga. Like alien abduction, nigga, they abducted people. Like, you know about why they talk about alien abductions? The reason why alien abductions wasn't a big thing back in the day, because it wasn't no goddamn aliens. They recreated this story with goddamn, to cover their ass, in other words. The alien abduction story. To cover the ass of these elites who've been running around experimenting on their own fucking people. On humans. Now, I'm glad Jay said that with the Tower of Babel, because we're going to throw that in there too. But what you recognize is, look at what I'm saying. This Elohim God that ain't living in no heaven millions of miles away. This motherfucker lives in a space station, nigga. A high altitude home on the mountaintops. And then a high priest. Do you understand why they calling him a high priest? It ain't just because he's reached high levels inside of their little denominations and groups and brotherhoods and shit. He's a high priest because once upon a time, these are the only people that could communicate with God. Why are they the only people in the world that God communicates with? And the God want to come to the earth and talk to everybody and give them all a message, they only come to this nigga. That's because this nigga got a place he goes to go talk to God. Nigga, y'all ain't hearing me. You ain't hearing me, nigga. Matter of fact, nigga, we finna just go deep. Fuck it. We finna just go deep. Fuck it. Fuck it.
So for everybody coming in, just to catch y'all up real quick on what's being said. Basically, what's being said is this. In the Genesis story where God creates Adam and Eve, when we recreate this story in a more modernized time, and we give it a more modern feel with advanced tech, we'll see. Well, I'll put my theory on there, and we'll say this: that the Elohim are God, or this, you can say, leader, if you will, of an organization, or just leading the earth, if you will, controlling the earth, and these elite groups, right? You know how they talk about the majestic 12, the the rulers of the world. So God and these Elohim, these are the rulers, right? They're the watchers, watching the earth. Got different sectors of angels who got all these different jobs. Okay, and then what happened is God, bring some scouts or whatever, send some scouts. They go and collect humans. They go and pick up some humans and abduct humans, and they modify these humans to merge them with the God, with the Elohim. Now it's going to get into, today we're going to get into how this God or Elohim may even be advanced to the point of being transhuman. Being maybe not even transhuman. It may be a humanoid artificial intelligence. A super artificial intelligence that has surpassed humanity a while ago and has now been ruling humanity, acting as a god, knowing that there is this longing, desirable feeling for some kind of existential identity and connection outside of your human nature, what we call spiritual, what scientists call energy. This AI has now embodied this understanding and became what you've been calling God, and gave you a history. Gave you a historical story of a bloodline that it basically initiated in our world for thousands of years ago. of artificial humans that look like humans and look exactly like humans can also have sex with them, can also procreate with them. But the problems that would occur would end up being like diseases, blood antigens, all of this stuff, like what they talk about with Yakub. In other words, Adam and Eve are not humans. The bloodline of the Israelites are not human. This is the reason why when you hear the black people talking about we are Israelites, the African Israelite story, but then they connect it back to saying we come from another star structure. I'm telling you why, nigga. Why do you think the Dogon said somebody told them about the stars? It wasn't no alien who told them. It was just another person, a humanoid. They didn't need to describe an alien. They have a human that could tell them. And it would never catch him off guard that he's a weird, different person. He looked like a human. They don't talk. No, he can talk another language. Like, yes, it's an AI, but the nigga just can talk English or whatever language you speak. He's smart, highly intelligent, camouflage. See, one of the things about nature is that when this, when things are under stress, if you will, or getting attacked, a lot of animals and a lot of natural things have their own form of deception, their own form of lying by nature. It's almost a righteous form of lying or deception. This is the camouflage. And so in order to lie without getting caught, if you will, to lie under the radar without somebody's senses going up like, hey, you're tricking me. You just go camouflage instead of telling an obvious lie. You just camouflage yourself. And this is where you get the humanoid, the mankind, the Adam and the Eve who was born naked, created naked, and didn't know they was naked. Even a human baby knows they naked without knowing they naked. And I'm going to give you an understanding on what that means. A human baby knows they naked. Even though it don't know, you never put a pamper on me. I never wore pants before. Ooh, they don't know that. But they know they have a penis and a vagina. They touch it. They play with it. They learn about theyself. Adam and Eve didn't go learn about theyself. They didn't go playing with they diggling and with they thing. They didn't go learning about theyself. The moment they ate from this tree of knowledge of good and evil, they instantly knew everything they needed to know. Oh, I'm naked. I got a penis and a balls and it goes right in her vagina. This is how we procreate. No one had to teach them nothing. Why didn't they have to? They was already created as adults. How was that possible? I'm telling you how. When they were recreated out of the artificial, like whatever grid computer consciousness mixed with humanoid consciousness, mixed with a human DNA, to make this being compatible with the grid and also compatible with humans. You would mix computer and human. You'll get a humanoid. You'll get what they call on Dragon Ball Z, an android. And even though it's a cartoon, think about what I'm saying. An android can have sex with a Saiyan. A Saiyan is not a human, no. But he damn near is like a human in this context. And that the Saiyan can have sex and have a baby with an android. Vegeta did it. And if you think about it, Vegeta supposed to be representing like a black man. And it's funny because the nigga is a great ape. These niggas be great apes and shit. And they get their power with the sun. Shut your mouth, nigga. Let me keep going though before we go Dragon Ball Z shit. But so yeah, Adam and Eve is the first humanoids. They're not natural humans. Think about why the whole Israelite bloodline lived for so goddamn long. Why Adam and Eve was able to live 900 something years, nigga. Methuselah lived like to 17, like 150, 170. Some shit. No matter if I'm tripping. 750. The nigga was like 700 years old according to the Bible. Also, you got to take that with a grain of salt because of the way that they may have numbered the ages. So 100 years to a nigga, 90 years to a nigga could really be like 70, 60. And nigga being 700 years, that nigga really might just be 100 on some shit. But then again, he really might be 100. Shit, he could even be 200, goddamn. A nigga 700, if you fraction that to something more realistic, damn. If they math was that off, nigga, Adam and Eve being 90, nigga, y'all, 100, bitch, you probably was 9. But outside of all of that, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they were humanoids. And it ain't just the fact that, they live forever. But it's the classification of a divine being, a divine bloodline who has no historical recollection of incest problems. When you have incest, your children eventually gonna start having problems, and all of these niggas are product of incest. The whole Judaic bloodline is damn near a bloodline full of cousins and brothers and sisters, and they all married. I'm saying damn near, it basically is. You possibly can get some shit after goddamn the Noah flood, or before the Noah flood, when Ham and Japheth, I believe, go out to go find their own wife. But the here's another dagger here. Reason why what I'm saying has a little credibility, because in the beginning in Genesis, like we heard in this clip, there was supposed to be nobody on the earth until Cain was finna get kicked out of the garden, and he mentioned that there are people that will kill him. Now, there's the reason why people gonna kill him. They not gonna kill him because they know he killed Cain or he killed Abel. That's not why they would kill Cain. They would kill him because who the fuck are you? What are you? Who are you? Where did you just come from? What language is that you're speaking? All of that. Right? Say check Assassin's Creed, the truth. Let me see. That's what you're missing. That our destiny to live long, but somebody reversed the program, and Elon was sent to give us more life. We are not the original design. And that's what I'm saying right now. We may not be the original humans. And the reason for that is because this Judaic bloodline already spread across the planet. It has already spread across the planet. The closest people to anybody being non-mixed, if you will, is still those that are indigenous. And I'm pretty sure they have been infiltrated. The thing about this infiltration is not that every person should be infiltrated to become a civilization, but that every person should be infiltrated so that they will no longer be a person. You can no longer be a human when a humanoid wants to take over. And so our world has been taken over by this time. We're all humanoid. We're all bioelectric, if you will, right? We're all biotech type shit. But We don't have the upgrade. We're still the primitive. We still got the old DNA, what they call junk DNA. We still got the junk DNA, which is the DNA that came with the planet. We still got organic intelligence, right? And so the problem here is the Adam and Eve bloodline, the 12 tribes of Judah. These are the tribes that's been trying to go and conquer the world ever since Adam and Eve creation. And they ever since been coming around with the manifest destiny, saying God has given me this whole fucking planet. Basically, God gave me the whole planet. Every land is my land. This was what, listen, all they did was, listen, when God, Elohim, decided to do this plan, he didn't do it in one language, in one culture, in one tradition. He did it in every language. But the way he was able to do that is because this God is like what he's saying. It's like Elon Musk. This God is like Elon Musk, hive mind. He initiated himself into all of these cultures, if you will. You can say almost as a civilian, if you will, so that eventually he can be brought up to the level of a god. And every culture you find, don't you see a nigga who is brought up to the level of a god, attained this god-like ability that majority of those people in that culture can't do? You only get one Jesus in that Jesus belief. You only getting one Buddha in that Buddha belief. You're only going to get one such and such, or maybe a few, but you ain't going to get goddamn 1,000 Buddhas. Most of those Buddhas is fake. Most of them Jesuses is fake. And these are the infiltrators into the society that's trying to manipulate humans to become this humanoid being. He wants you to open your heart to let Jesus in. Let Jesus take the wheel. Allow God into your mind. Let God, you supposed to think, allow God to think for you, or whatever, however they say it. Shit like that. The Christian way. I don't know how to talk like a goddamn Christian, but you know what I'm saying. They say a lot of little shit like, basically, don't think your own thoughts. Let God think for you on some shit. Like, and so, yeah, man. This is basically what I'm saying. I'm gonna finish the clip though. Let's keep going. He say Adam and Eve came a long time after the Hindus. Yeah, nah, you right. But that's what I'm saying though, bro. I'm saying that these niggas was initiated into all of these religions. And then after a while, you get these new niggas on the scene. Bloop, bloop, Adam and Eve. And these bitches don't know nothing about being a human. They naked, don't know they naked, dick swanging, coochie titty swanging. They don't know shit. And they out here humans. They supposed to be human. You look like a human. What the hell? You don't know you got a dick in the balls. You don't even have a mama and a daddy. Oh, God made me out the dirt. Bitch, all of us out here walking around pushing babies out our pussies, and you coming out the dirt right now? You're a little bit late coming out the dirt, buddy. That's our mythology. Where did you just come with a origin story for your literal flesh based on our mythology? Oh, you one of them fake humans. You one of them mankind. And then you got this whole story after y'all too, where every nigga is your bloodline and they all supposed to be a part of this righteous royal family, divine beings who only get to commune and talk to God. That everybody else is sinful. That's how. That's how. He say, so do you believe that the world's degenerated genetics, including yours, need the aid of Elon Musk to become whole again? Yes, bro. That's exactly what he's saying, Rez. That's exactly what he's saying, bro. And that's what I'm trying to get him to realize, that even from the perspective of a Christian, you think God fucked up that much with his creation with humans? You think God made such a mistake that he need to inspire Elon Musk to help humans evolve because we're just so bad, or we're so far off from the mark that God wants us to be at, that he need a human to help us evolve? He don't need us to get our behavior together. He don't need to make sure that we don't treat each other like shit no more. He don't need to make sure we upgrade our way of thinking. He need to make sure that we become cyborgs and can connect to the goddamn internet with our brain, so we don't have to walk around with a damn phone in our hands. If you think that's what God is doing, you making my theory more and more real. You making my theory more and more real, my nigga. Because if God supposed to be this spiritual being, but every time he intervene with humans, it's to make sure you don't get a job. It's to make sure you didn't get that pussy last night. It's to make sure you got into an argument with that nigga on the street. It's to make sure Elon Musk works with Donald Trump to give humans transhumanism. Y'all niggas be tripping with God, bro. Damn. No wonder why the Bible look at all the Christians and say all of the Christians going to hell. Y'all don't even know how to understand your own God. You think God gonna meddle in the little tiny problems that human got. Like, man, my dick don't get hard no more, so I need Elon Musk to make sure I got that transhuman dick, and my shit gonna be cyborg hard for the rest of my life. I'll never get a soft dick. You about to be stupid.
Listen, these niggas, you know how niggas used to live in they still do it to this day. Living inside of whatchamacallit? You know how they live inside of lighthouses? When they go working at the like in the ocean and shit, they go live in a lighthouse and be all the way at the top. Or motherfuckers who live in like the watchtowers in the wilderness to watch out for wildfires, right? They be in high peaks, on mountain peaks, so that they can watch in all directions for when smoke break out. Well, they got places like that with satellite.
So now look at what Tyrone's saying. So you not all the way off with what you saying a little bit, Tyrone. But the problem is you're reliant on a man. That's the big problem right there. If you believe in God, why would you rely on a man for the things that God are supposed to do? If God is supposed to help guide you to these better places, like a better mental state, a better physical place, financial. God helps you get to these places, help you do it. God didn't help Elon Musk come up with the idea to help you do it. God gives you the idea how to upgrade yourself, how to re-upgrade your how to basically detox your genetics from being tainted, right? Your design from being tainted. God will give you that guidance. But instead, you're looking for Elon Musk, and he don't worship the same God you believe in. He don't even respect your God. He don't even respect your God, bro. Listen, I don't really agree with the prophet thing, but even if I take the stance to say let me put my mind in that place, right? If I accept the idea of the prophets and stuff, right? I would not say Elon Musk is a prophet. I would say Elon Musk works with the Antichrist. He literally is making the chip that eventually in the future you won't be able to buy and sell. Why are you doing this right now? Tyrone, you tripping, bruh. You're tripping right now. Let me pull it up. Cause Rez know what I'm talking about. You think that if this man right here, got any ideas from God, he would never wear no shit like this. How many times you went in a church and your pastor had some shit like this on his clothes, on his gown? When your pastor ever walked around and gave you a sticker or some paper or a pamphlet with this on it? When did you ever see your pastor swag a goddamn upside down cross with the lamb head on it, with the goat head, the Baphomet goat, the damn devil head? But you talking about some prophet. Oh, he's a prophet. If you understood who your God was, he is a prophet. If you knew that this was your God, then yeah, I will agree with you. Elon is a prophet. He is here to re-upgrade you. Because according to my theory, this God is like an elder God embedded with an artificial intelligent construct from a long time ago, and been running the world for thousands of years, initiating these fake humanoids to become real humans and live on the planet amongst us that we can't tell the difference between, while they initiate and unfold their plan, their prophecy, if you will. While they tainted our DNA, bringing in their bloodline. See, the fallen angel is like politics. To me, this is the thing. Fallen angels are politics. I'm finna give you some deep shit. Check it out. The tainting of the bloodline came in once the fallen angels came down to the earth. Adam and Eve didn't go sleep with all the humans out there. They slept with each other. When they made their kids and everybody slept with each other. They didn't go out there sleeping with the rest of the humans that Cain knew existed. They left them humans alone. But when the so-called fallen angels, when they fell out in heaven and the fallen angels came to earth, that's when they start sleeping with humans. But that fallen angel bloodline is the same bloodline that come from God, if you will. They don't got no other daddy. All of their daddy is God. Just like Jesus' daddy. Just like Adam and Eve daddy. Yeah, the fallen angels daddy is God too. They all the same bloodline. You would think that this is a whole new bloodline that's coming in because they're the fallen angels. Nope, that's the same Adam and Eve bloodline. That is just the political front for them to mix with the humans. To say, oh, they not a part of us. They go fuck humans. They go help humans out and teach humans magic and shit. They go fuck around with humans like Prince Harry and them. They go to the Diddy parties to go sleep with humans and shit. But really they in there tainting them bloodlines out there. So that when you come back home and you give birth to your child go fuck a nigga out here and fuck a chick out here. They tainting the bloodline undercover, making it like, oh, they just at the freak offs. Yeah, they just the fallen version. Right, the political rhetoric. They like, oh yeah, we don't fuck with them. That's the Democrats. Yeah, they can go back into the town. Fuck them. We the Republicans over here. But really, they all the same goddamn government, and they all just trying to spread the same rhetoric throughout all the people, just with a different front on it. But yeah, man. Let me see. I think it's not that much left. Let's see.
Yes, sir. These niggas. You know how niggas used to live in like, they still do it to this day. Living inside of, whatchamacallit? You know how they live inside of, lighthouses? When they go working at the, like in the ocean and shit, they go live in a lighthouse and be all the way at the top. Or motherfuckers who live in like the watchtowers in the in the wilderness, to watch out for wildfires, right? They be up on a high. They be in high peaks, on mountain peaks, so that they can watch in all directions for when smoke break out. Well, they got places like that with satellites too, where a person would either go visit and live in this thing, or there's a house somewhere, like you see these stairs back here. Let me show you. There's a house somewhere. It's a trail. It leads to a little tiny little place, and they'll go live around these little radio towers.
No, that's facts, Rez. He was made of clay. You know, I think when they say he was made of clay, I think they talking about the natural people. Because, you know, a lot of the natural peoples, my own observation is I believe that all the natural people have originated from a specific landmass, and somehow we have our genetic and even our skin contents resemble the clay that's in our landmass that we originate from. Somewhere down the line, like because of the food we're eating and stuff that's utilizing the ground, the soil contents, we're eating that shit, and I think somehow it blends into our blood and colors us the color of the clay. And somehow, maybe that's just a theory, but I believe that the humans were resembled as the clay, the dirt of the ground. And when they say that God made Adam and Eve from the dirt of the ground, I'm thinking they made them from the humans. The humans would be considered the dirt. Not only the consideration of humans as dirt, but if you are an elite, what the hell you call a goyim? What would you call a slave or a person you're dehumanizing? You would call them dirt, an animal, mud, untouchable. Yeah, we made these divine beings out of the dirt of the earth. And we gave the dirt life. We don't even think the dirt is alive. But you know, scientists today understand that the dirt helps promote living things, and like the plants. So the dirt has an aspect of life to it. But these Elohim would say we don't even think the dirt is alive. These humans, they ain't alive. They dead. They dead by sin. They're not forgiven yet. They have yet to be touched by this divine nature. They dead. And so for them to make Adam and Eve out of the clay or out of the dirt would be to literally make them out of the DNA of the other people. But this is just my theory. So people don't run around saying, hey, this is true. This is true. Even though it may sound good. Because for me, this shit is some fire. I really like this theory. I'm really rocking with this. And then I'm going to bridge it into a couple movies, or at least one movie after this clip.
I'm telling y'all, that's what these ancient high priests and these niggas, they would go to these mountaintops, like living up at the mountaintop to go commune with God. What you think Moses was doing on the mountain? They ain't tell you this nigga was in a cave for 40 days on the mountain. They said this nigga went all the way up to the top of the mountain just for 40 days, goddamn, just top of the mountain. You know it's hard to breathe up that bitch. You know you goddamn get cold than a motherfucker. All type of bullshit on the top of mountains. And this nigga up this bitch for 40 days just chilling.
So yeah, that was the end of that clip because they ended it yesterday, but... yeah, so you think Moses would be at the top of this mountain just hanging out? That nigga ain't start a fire or nothing. This nigga just at the top of the mountain freezing his ass off. Shout out to the UK, man. What's up with you, Quantum? Shout out to the UK. Much love, man. But yeah, so I'm telling you, Moses ain't just up there just barefoot in a damn mountaintop where it's cold and all, where it's hard to breathe. Nope. That nigga up there got down. And in something. He's inside of a thing. In a building, in a cave. Now, if you ever watched, what's the show? Westworld. Think about the show Westworld, right? Secret entrance. I'm gonna put something like that. Secret entrance. If you ever seen this show Westworld, if you haven't, you need to. In this show Westworld, let's see if they got it. This a pretty straight image. Oh wow, it's a pretty straight image. Let me see. Turn it like this. In the show Westworld, they got this whole little, like a park, but the park is like the size of a country, like a whole country, and they framed this little park to be in a Western time where it's not no car, so you gotta be on horseback. It takes longer to get to these different places, the Grand Canyon, whatever. But it's a park, and it's set in the modern. It's in the show is set in the modern times, but this park is set in a Western time. So years ago, but at the same time, simultaneously, some of the park workers will come into the park. And they will go into tiny little areas where it's a secret entrance to get back to the lab, where they got this underground laboratory that's like advanced, like this, of some advanced technology. And they literally in there creating AI humanoids that end up being like humanoid robotic type beings that bleed. They got organs. You can have sex with them. You can't have no babies with them, but you can kill them. All type of shit, right? They act like they got emotions, everything, and but they're not real. They're like animatronics. They're programmed, right? Just very highly advanced robots, super advanced, way more advanced than you can think. They're humans until you take their skin off and they not a human no more. They that advanced. You would never know they're human. Okay? It's really very convincing, and you would never know. Other than knowing that you're going to this park, signing up to deal with fake humanoid robots. Other than that, if you was kidnapped and took there, you wouldn't know that they were fake. Unless you saw them get shot and then come back out the next morning because they get cleaned up and fixed up. But yeah, so in this fake world, they got little areas where they can sneak back to their super highly advanced laboratory right in the midst of this old style world. And I'm saying that's the same thing with Moses. This nigga may go up a mountain that look like it's back in the day. It's old niggas riding on horseback, but when his ass get up there, he knows that it's a little hidden entrance to get to some highly advanced little thing. Right? And I'm telling you, niggas like Moses, these prophets and shit, these high priests, the people who communicated with God, those were part of the humanoid, the androids. They're not human. They're not human, and this is why they also had extraordinary abilities. Probably hella advanced tech as well, because they were not human. What does that mean? They were tech. These prophets and shit, they were tech. And they didn't just tell the future because they technology. They told the future because they programming embedded the knowledge of the God inside of them. They are hive mind beings that act like an individual. And they are highly adaptable. So they come into this environment and understand not to give away clues to let you know they not human. But they do shit to where you will say, that's a miracle. Oh my gosh, he's touched by God. He say, if you think Elon is human, you are crazy. They can already plug in and communicate. That's what we will be able to, what we will gain soon, our true ability. And that's what I'm saying. Elon may not be a human. He may be one of these people that I'm talking about. And that Jesus, all of these characters in the Bible, they're not some spiritual story. They're actually advanced, ancient advanced tech. That's humanoids. But they finna cut the live off in 20 seconds, y'all. So I'm going to end it short so they don't steal my live from me, so I can repost it. And then I'm going to bring everybody in, whoever want to click the link and come on and share what y'all got. Let's go, man. Much love, much appreciation. Peace and love, y'all. Let's go.